Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So, yesterday we created a data warehousing database, right? So, data warehousing database will have a dimension tables and factor tables and how to load the data. So, that is what is the important point, right? People who know SSIS, they will be able to load the data, but people who do not know SSIS, they will not be able to load the data. They cannot start this project. Clear? So for them, you can practice this after SSIS only, right? You will not be able to practice, but people who know SSIS, they need to take the data from OLTP and they have to dump the data into the staging. From the staging, they need to perform incremental loading, load the data into the data warehousing. Then in the data warehousing, as I told you, you will have these many tables in OLTP. So in the staging, you will be able to have these tables, right? Stage product, stage customer, stage category. So using this, you will be able to take the data from the staging to the data warehousing. In this, so you will have dim product table, dim customer table, dim location table, dim time table. So insert the data manually. So in this way, I'm going to be using a stored procedure, or you can also create an Excel sheet and insert the data here. And so to load the data, we need to perform a SSIS package incremental loading 1, 2, and 3. So how to load the data? I'll give you a separate a video. People who know, they need to watch the video and try to perform the loading. Okay, so you load the data from here to here, from here to here, so that the data warehouse is ready for you. So people who know the SSIS, they need to load the data and send me all the scripts. Okay, what are the scripts? You need to have it: SQL scripts, staging table, data warehousing table, SSIS packages, staging SSIS package for data warehousing, and as discussed, ETL mapping document and deployment guide for SQL scripts and SSIS package. All these things you need to prepare and watch one more video so that you will understand how to load the data with the help of the incremental loading. So phase 1 and phase 2. So I'll upload one video today how to load the data. People who do not know SSIS, I'll give you a data warehousing database. You simply restore. Okay. So there is a database that I'm going to be sharing to you. So that one you should be able to use it. So in your data warehousing project, so there is a Amazon DW dot back, right? So what you do, you go to the SQL server, you simply, you know, put this so that you will be able to get the data and everything, right? So, and you can work on the next items if you want to work on, right? So that is what is the important thing. So people who do not have Amazon stage is available, right? So you have to create a blank database first. Okay, so to create a blank database, I have given you the script. So first you need to create a data warehousing database. Now because the design is done, as per the design, we have to create all the tables and everything. And I'm going to be creating one more table called dim location table. Automatically I'm going to be inserting the data because of insert scripts, right? So I have to execute this. Now it is going to be creating one more database. Let me go and refresh. You will be able to see one more database called Amazon. So in this, you will be able to have all the tables: dim customer, dim location, dim product, dim time, fact sales. Now, what you do, you say use Amazon data warehouse. Okay. So what are the tables we have? Select star from the table name. So in the dim customer table, you don't get any data. Why? You need to get the data with the help of SSS package. Now you will be able to get data in dim location table because already I have supplied the data. you will be able to get this data. The sales is happening in India and only these cities, and these are the remaining cities of USA. Okay. Now, the next one is a DIM product. You need to bring the data from SSS package. You need to write SSS package and load the data. People who do not know about it, ignore this, how to load the data and everything. Ignore this part. Now, I told you we need to get the data from dim time table. The blank table is created, but we have to dump the data automatically. So not with the help of SSS package. To dump the data, when you go to your scripts, everything I have told you clearly in the one more video that I'm going to be posting today. You watch the video, you will be able to understand. So there is a script called dim time stored proc. Okay. So this is a stored proc. You need to go to scripts and double click on the script. Okay. Now it is going to be inserting the data 2012-01 to 21st from this year end. Now you need to open the script. So how to open? I told you. You simply go to the script and open the script. So where is script? So not the new one. This is the one script. Double click on this. You will open. Simply execute it. Okay. After executing it, you will be able to find out a stored proc here. So where is the stored proc available? You go to tables, views, programmability. You will be able to get a stored proc. This is a stored proc name. How to execute a stored proc you should know. Okay. So you don't get the data. Even though you executed a stored proc, you don't get the data. You have to execute or call the stored procedure. How to call it? You need to write exec, then the stored proc name. What is the stored proc name? This is a stored proc name. Okay. Generate, right? You need to execute this. When you execute it, it is going to be inserting the data, right? So the data got inserted. So now you have the data starting from 2012-01-01. Why 2012-01? The business is started from this date. So you have full date, year number, semester number, quarter number, month number, week number. January means Pausham. This is Telugu month name. Like that, I have loaded the data, total 365 rows. This is my dim time table, right? So you need to double click on this. Now you need to execute this first. Now after that you close this. You have to go to Amazon data warehouse and refresh this and go to programmability, go to stored procedure. So this is a stored proc that you need to call exec and drag and drop this. Now you should be able to execute it, right? So this is going to be, it should not get duplicate data. Don't execute once more. Okay. So this is not having any data. This is having data, and this is having no data. This is having data. Now you will have one more table, right? Select star from the fact sales table where you don't have any data. You have to bring the data with the help of SSS package. Clear? So how to load the data? Because this table is already loaded, forget about this table. And this table is also loaded, forget about this table. Remaining places, no data is available. How to load the data, how to perform incremental loading, everything I discussed in one more video. You should be able to watch and try to complete this without fail. Okay, so that is what people who know SSIS they're supposed to do it. But people who do not know SSIS, what they need to do, they have to simply so restore the database. Okay, so they don't have any database, right? They need to restore it because the database is given Amazon DW.backup. This one you have to copy. This one you need to copy and keep it somewhere. So I'm going to be keeping in the D drive. So somewhere you need to download and keep it C drive, D drive. Now you go to SQL Server. Now you restore it. Right click on this, restore the database. Now you go to device, click on dot. So go to add file. Now where is the file? D drive. Just go up, collapse this, click on the D drive. You will be able to get Amazon DW. Click on OK. Click on OK. Ensure this is selected. Click on OK. So you will be able to get the database is restored. So you don't worry about it. So this is ready for you. Clear? So not this one, right? This is the one you should be able to see the complete data. If it is not there, data is not there, then it will be a problem, right? So data has to be there. In the dim customer table, you will have data and everything, right? So see, the database is ready with the complete data. So that is what you need to have it. Okay. So you have check the data is there or not. Then whenever we working with a tabular modular cube, we can work with it. You will have the data. You need not execute a stored proc. Everything will be there. So factor tables, right? So all the data is available in all the tables. Okay, na? So this one you can use it further creating, your tabular model cube, or if you want to work with any further reports, you can use this database. Now, if you wanted to load the data, you should know SSIS. That is what is important thing. Clear, guys? Now, few more things we got to understand once the data is loaded. What is that we should be able to understand now? Okay. So the next concept is that how the schemas in the data warehouse is available. How the schemas in the data warehouse is available. What is a schema in the data warehouse? That's very, very important point that we need to understand. Clear? So guys, tomorrow I'm out of town. So we don't have class tomorrow, and the next class will be on a Monday. Okay, na? So remember this point. So Saturday, Sunday, anyhow, we don't have classes. So tomorrow also no class for you. Now, data warehousing schemas. We have two types, many types of schemas are available, but especially we have star schema, snowflake schema is more popular schemas available in the data warehouse. You have thousands of schemas. The more popular schemas are star schema, snowflake schema. Then we have a galaxy schema, double star schema, hybrid schema. A lot of schemas are available, but in all interviews, you will be able to get a question: what kind of a schema you people are using? Whether it is a star schema or a snowflake schema. What is the architecture of your data warehousing? Ante you have to speak about I'm using the star architecture, star schema architecture, or snowflake schema architecture. So, what is a star schema? How factor table and dimension tables are organized in the data warehouse ante by default star schema. Many companies are going to be recommending star schema. Star schema means dimension tables are directly linked to the factor table. Dimension tables will have a primary keys kada. All the dimension tables will have what? Always dimension tables will have a primary key, right? Primary key. So primary keys. So here you are going to be having a foreign keys, plus you will have a measure. So factor table will have a foreign keys, and the foreign key, factor table will have a measure or the facts. అర్థమవుతుందా? So dimension table is directly linked to the factor table with the help of a primary key and foreign key. If this is the case, this schema is called as a star schema. It's very, very simple to understand. Clear? Dimension tables are directly linked to the factor table. So what is this called as? This is called as a star schema. Now this is how I have a dim location table, dim customer table, dim time table, dim product table. So what are the primary keys here? This is a primary key. Location key is the primary key. Customer key is the primary key. Product key is the primary key. Okay. Now, what are the foreign keys here? Product key is a foreign key. Customer key will have a product key. Location will be the, foreign key. And a date key is this one. Sales amount is a measure. This is a measure. So, factor table will have only two pieces of information. What is that? It should have foreign keys. That is one thing. Compulsory interview equation. One more piece. It is going to be maintaining measures. అర్థమవుతుందా? It should not have anything else. Remember this point. So what does a factor table should contain? Factor table should contain only two pieces of information. One is called a foreign keys. All these are foreign keys. అర్థమవుతుందా? All these are keys only. These are foreign keys. So foreign keys, one type of the keys. The second one is called a measure. It should not contain any other thing. Remember this point forever. Clear? But location, the dimension tables will have a primary keys and remaining columns. So country, state, city, customer name, customer rating, customer city, customer address, customer phone number, alternate phone number, customer marriage status, customer, qualification. Lot of things you can have it here. అర్థమవుతుంది. Dim dimension table will have lot of columns. Dimension tables will have a primary keys. Remember. So dimension table primary key will become a foreign key in the factor table. What does a factor table contain? Compulsory interview question. Factor table should contain only two pieces of information. One is called foreign keys. The second one is called a measure. Okay. You can have multiple measures, right? So sales amount is one measure, sales quantity is one more measure, right? So the dimension table is directly linking. So the schema is called as a star schema. How can we see whether star schema of the data warehouse or not? You go to the SQL server, because this is what is my data warehouse. Let me go. I can open the database diagram, and a new database diagram I have to have it. So cannot execute the database principal. You don't have the proper permission to create this. If you have any kind of an issues, you should be able to, you know, work with some code. Okay. So one of the code, you will be able to use it. So I'll give this code. Okay. So this is the code: alter authorization on database colon colon. So you need to give the database name. Which database? This database, right? And to whom you give the permission, where to get the permissions. When you go to the database, when you collapse it, there is a security. Open that. Open logins. The security called Bhaskar, because I'm the laptop owner. So I don't have a permission. Because of that, I'm not able to create the database diagrams. When I go and try to right click on this, say, not here, right click on this, and I would like to create a diagram. So right click and say new database diagram. I'm saying cannot execute as the database, principal blah blah blah. అర్థమవుతుందా? Means I don't have the permission. If I wanted to give the permission to this guy, so this is the laptop owner. So how do I get my name? My name, you can get it. Go to database, collapse it, security, you open it, you will be able to find your name, right? So this is the command you need to execute: alter authorization on database colon colon. This is the database name, this is this one. You need to simply execute it. Once you execute it, now simply you go and refresh. Now you will be able to go. Now create a database diagrams. Right click on this, new database diagram. So now, so I can have all the tables. So dim customer table, dim location table, dim product table, dim time table, factor sales table. This table I don't need. Close this. So what kind of a schema you have? This schema is called as a star schema. Why star schema? Dimension table is directly linking. అర్థమవుతుందా? When the dimension table is directly linking to the factor table is in the blue color. These are in the gray color. Okay, factor table is there in the blue color. Remaining tables are there in the gray color. So this is what is called a star schema. What kind of a schema your company is using in Adugutar? So you have to go to database diagrams, get all the things. You should be able to get like this. Now you have one more schema, that is what is called snowflake schema. If you understand it clearly, one dimension table is linking to one more dimension table, one dimension table is linking to one more dimension table. So if you remove this one and this one and this one and this one, it is a star schema. అర్థమవుతుంది. If you see only this portion, this is a star schema. This is linked here, this is linked here, this is linked here, this is linked here. At least one dimension is linking to one more dimension. Clear? At least one. Not everything. It was a star schema. To the star schema, if you add at least one dimension is linking to one more dimension. This kind of a schema is called as a snowflake schema. So remember this point. Many people will ask you these questions. What is a star schema? Star schema means directly dimension table is linking to one more fact table. Okay, one dimension table is linking to one more fact. So this is a star schema. But if you take one dimension table, at least one dimension table is linking to one more dimension table. So this is what is called snowflake schema. If you understand it clearly, snowflake schema means, for example, I have a product category table. This category table is linking to product table. One dimension table is linking to one more. This is splitting, kada? So one table splitting into two. I have a category table. I have a product table. We are able to split and we are able to merge, correct? So two table data you can merge into one table. If you merge both here, this will become a one table like this. It will become one table like this. So it is what is called a denormalization. Denormalization అర్థం ఏంటి? Two tables data dump into one table. So star schema is called as always what? Denormalization concept. You get three tables data, create one table. You get four table data, create one table. That table you link it to fact table. So star schema will have less number of dimension tables, and star schema will not have one more dimension table is linking to one more dimension table. That means what? One table only split into two. If one table split into two like this, it is called as a normalization. So snowflake schema will have a more tables where? In normalization. Clear? So snowflake schema is equivalent to normalization, and star schema is three tables data dump into only one table, that we can link it to, right? So star schema will be called as a denormalization, and the star schema will have less number of dimension tables. When the less number of dimension tables, star schema is always faster whenever you wanted to read the data. So అర్థమవుతుందా? Less number of tables means less number of joins. When you have less number of joins, you will be faster. When you have snowflake schema, you need to join 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So more and more tables, more dimension tables means more joins. More joins means it is a late for the reading. So snowflake schema is called as normalization of database. అర్థమవుతుందా? స్టార్ స్కీమా ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఏ నార్మలైజ్డ్ డేటాబేస్ బికాస్ త్రీ టేబుల్ డేటా యూఆర్ డంపింగ్ ఇంటూ ఓన్లీ వన్ టేబుల్ దట్ యూఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి లింకింగ్ ఇంటూ ద ఫ్యాక్ట్. Clear? So theoretically star schema is very very good, and which is very very faster, which is a denormalized concept. But many cases because of the complexity, we are going to be seeing lot of snowflake schemas. Let me show you one more database diagram which I have it. Okay, this command, if you wanted to have it, let me share the command in the chart window. You can use it. Okay, you can copy and paste it. I am sharing in the chart window. You have to write the database name, you have to write your login ID name and execute this, so that you will be able to get the proper diagrams. Now I have one more AdventureWorks database. This is not created by me, this is given by Microsoft for learning purpose. So let me open and see what kind of a diagram, what kind of a schema it is. Let me go, and these are the things. So let me take only the dimension tables, don't take other tables. Dimension currency, dimension customer, dimension date, dimension department group, employee table, geography table, organization, product category, lot of tables are available. Chudandi. So when you have these tables are, then I have a lot of fact tables. It is, you can have a lot of fact tables. If you see, let me close this. Okay, so you don't have any dimension, you can have, but sometimes see these tables are linked. So this is a currency table linking into one more dim table is linking to one more dimming table, right? So if you have a dimension table is linked to one more dimension table, so you can add remaining table also. Add a table, you will have remaining table also, you should be able to add fact finance, fact internet sales, fact this one. It is very very complicated database. You will have more dimension tables, and remaining stuff you don't need. So if it is very more complicated, it's snowflake schema. One dimension table is linking to one more dim organization, dim category, and this is linking to one more table. It is not very easy, very very complicated one. Clear? So when you have more and more tables, most of the time I am sure that you are going to be having it is స్నోఫ్లాక్ స్కీమా. స్నోఫ్లాక్ స్కీమా అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? అట్లీస్ట్ ఒక డైమెన్షన్ టేబుల్ ఈజ్ లింక్డ్ టు వన్ మోర్ డైమెన్షన్ టేబుల్. దిస్ డైమెన్షన్ టేబుల్ ఎనీహౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి లింకింగ్ టు ద ఫ్యాక్టర్ టేబుల్, రైట్? సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద పాయింట్ హియర్. సో క్లియర్? So this is the point you need to know. Many times star schema is good, but in the real time, because of the complexity of the data, we will not be able to create a star schema. Because if you have a dim category table, dim product table, we were able to merge and create one table, right? But when we have this table is having large amount of data, this table is having large amount of data, and combining these tables are not very easy, right? So we had very limited data. We were able to combine very easily, right? So, but in the real time, combining always may not be possible. Okay, combining data may not be possible always. So that if that time, so what we are going to be doing? We are going to be creating separate dimension tables. So we'll have OLTP. We will take this table as it is, and we will take this table as it is. So the dimension table primary key will become a foreign key in the dimension table itself. అర్థమవుతుందా? బట్ ఇన్ our data warehousing we have combined, because of I don't have much more data in the second table. In this table, if you have thousands of columns and thousand millions of data, then combining all the columns, I'm able to combine only one column. If you have thousands of columns, can I combine all the columns here? It may not be very easy. If you have more number of rows and more number of columns in a two tables, you will not be able to merge. Even though there's a primary key and foreign key relationship is available, you have to use a dimension table is linking to one more dimension table. It will become a snowflake schema. Clear? So people would ask you, what is schema that you are using? Means star schema is good because it is denormalized, less number of dimensions are available. But according to my knowledge and my project, it is having snowflake schema because of the complexity of the project. We cannot do anything there. Okay, na? Compulsory interview question. Now, there is a double star schema or galaxy schema. What is the meaning? Sometimes you will have multiple factor tables. Okay. Many times we don't get only one factor table. Kada? We will be able to get multiple factor tables, but a few dimensions are linking here and linking there, and a few more dimensions are linking here. For example, fact expenses and the fact sales. Okay. Sales amount is dependent on customer, product, and time, geography, like that. But expenses amount, for example, every month the employee salary has to be given in Amazon.com. Every month power bills have to be paid. Every month rental amount for the office has to be paid. Lot of expenses are there. So that they wanted to analyze it. So I cannot include a expenses in this. I cannot have. Why? Because it is going to be having sales, means it is going to be linking to the customer table, right? So what is the data I can have for the this one? So if you take the sales table, so you have a product key will be there, customer key will be there, and date key will be there, and you will have a location key will be there, plus sales amount will be there. So sales amount is dependent upon all of them. So this is a fact sales table. Okay, but can I write expenses amount here? Because expenses amount nothing to do with the customer, right? So I will not be able to create a one more value here. I will be able to create one more table. The table is called as a fact expenses, exp. So in that I have a product nothing to do with this, and I'm going to be having customer nothing to do with this. So in which you paid, location where the expenses, and the expenses towards some category. So you may have a category ID, something like this. So you will have different things are available. So this is not the sales amount, this is expenses amount. Clear? So you will be able to create one more factor table and you will be able to create one more fact table. You will have some dimension tables. You will have some more dimension tables, but some of the tables are going to be used. For example, dim time table, I can use it here. Dim time table, I can use it here. Dim branch table, I can have it here. Dim branch table, I can have it there. So we can have a double star schema, or it is also called as a galaxy schema, that is also available. So end of the day, you can have any schema. The primary schemas are star schema and snowflake schema. Star schema is denormalization. Snowflake schema is a normalization. Okay, now. So remember. Compulsory interview questions, guys. So people would ask you, what is architecture in your data warehousing? You have to know clearly. Okay, so compulsory interview question has redundant data and hence tough to maintain changes because a lot of duplicate data when you merge. So no redundancy because you're not going to be combining the data. When you're merging the data, you will have a lot of duplicates data. Kada. So for example, when you open this, when you open, you will be able to understand, right? If you see, a lot of duplicates are going to be there. So maintenance is very, very difficult in the star schema. That is what, lot of duplicates, same data will get repeated. If you have thousands of products of the same stationery, you will have lot of duplicates are going to be there. Maintenance is very, very difficult. That's what is the point. So less complex queries hence easy to understand because star schema means less number of dimension tables kada. So less joins kabatti queries చాలా simple గా ఉంటాయి. You can write normal queries. So more complex queries, why? More joins. Okay, more joins kabatti more complex అని అర్థం. Less foreign keys because less number of primary key tables are there. So less foreign keys, more foreign keys. Has denormalized data, has normalized data. Good to use for large databases, good to use for the small databases. Less number of joins untai, more number of joins because less number of dimension tables kada. When dimension tables has a less number of rows, we can go for this. When the dimension tables are relatively big in size, the better. You have to keep the data as it is. Don't take one dimension table data, dump into one more dimension table data. It will become very big. So that is point. But star schema is always faster. Which is faster in adugutar? Star schema is always faster. Let me also include that point. Huh? Which one is faster? Ante star schema is faster. Why? Less number of joins are there. So this is always faster to read the data. Hmm? Because end of the day, you have to know what is the sales for a given product. If you wanted to know what is the sales, you need to read the data, do summing operations. So faster to read the data, it is slow to read the data. Okay, slow to read the data. అర్థమవుతుందా? So slow to read the data. So that is what is the point. So which one you recommend? And definitely I recommend star schema because which will have less number of dimension tables. Less number of tables means less number of joins. Less number of joins means faster in reading of the data. So reporting fast ga untadi because end of the day all the data has to be shown in the reporting. If the data warehouse has a lot of tables and lot of joins and reports are slow and then definitely you will have a lot of issues. Clear? So if you have 1,000 tables, all the 1,000 tables join చేసుకొని data తీసుకురావాలంటే it will be very, very slow. So when you have a star schema, it will be very, very faster. But if you don't have a star schema, you have a snowflake schema, your reporting is very, very slow to read the data. So reporting is going to show the what is the total sales, what is the year level sales, what is the brand level sales, what is the month level sales. It will become very, very slow. Okay na? So if you have performance issues, okay, you have OLTP, all the data is going to come to data warehouse. In between you have a staging. అర్థమవుతుందా? So OLTP data, now it is there in data warehouse. So data warehouse, you have a star schema. Kada? Now after the data warehouse, what normally we create? We create a report. We create lot of reporting. What kind of a report you create? SSRS reports or Power BI reports, or you can create a report with a Tableau also. Tableau is also a reporting tool. Kada? We can create a report. We can get the data like this. We can create a report. So last 10 years of data. If you need fresh data, you can also get from fresh data. Last 6 months data will be here. Now, but if you have a star schema, okay. But if you have a snowflake schema, more joins, you need to create a lot of joins and everything. Reports will become slow. When the reports are slow, customer will be unhappy. Customer will opening the report. It is opening after 30 minutes, after 45 minutes. Then customer will not be very, very happy. So I have to make, whether I have a star schema, whether I have a snowflake schema, I should not join the data, I should not aggregate. Normally, what we do, there are two operations. We are going to be joining the data, and after that, we are going to be aggregating the data. Joins will take a lot of time. Okay, na? So when I wanted to take large amount of data and perform joins and aggregations and and show category wise sales. Category is available in your category table. Sales is available in sales table. And I wanted to know category wise, year wise, month wise, location wise, dim category wise, product wise, vendor wise, supplier wise, this wise, that wise, what is the sales. I have to join 100 tables and do aggregations, and each table will have 100 million data. This query will fail. Your report will not work. Why? Data warehouses are having large amount of data. You are going to be aggregating, and on top of that you have a snowflake schema. Nothing will work. So what we need to do? We are going to be not using like this. We don't get the data directly from here. What normally we do? We create one more guy. We'll get one more guy. That guy will make reporting is faster. So this guy is called as a cube. అర్థమవుతుందా? We don't get the data like this. Now we are going to be getting the data like this. We get the data like this. అర్థమవుతుందా? So what this guy is going to be doing? This guy is having, let us say, thousands of dimension tables and 5 are factor tables. So this guy is called as a SSAS cube. అర్థమవుతుందా? This guy is going to be joining the data, aggregating the data. Both of them this guy is going to be doing. Clear? So we are not going to be writing any queries. We are not going to be doing everything. This application is one more application, and that will read the data, and it is going to be performing everything. So this is going to be giving you aggregated, and everything is already joined. You need not join the data, right? But if you create a reporting like this will be very, very slow. We never use a data warehousing data directly. For example, I have 10 and 20. 10 and 20, I have a 2 rows. What is the total? Total is 30. That 30 will be done by this fellow. అర్థమవుతుందే? So one guy has to do only one work, one more guy has to do one more work. I'll give you a simple example. You are cooking, you are also serving. Okay, you can do both work. Cooking is done because you're a chef, you're cooking, but serving is not your job. Why? But still you're serving. Why? No waiter is available in your hotel, and customers also only 1 or 2 customers. You can easily do the activities. So you can get the requirement. So go to customer, ask what they need. They need a paratha. You prepare a paratha, you serve the paratha, you clean the table, you collect amount, because you have less number of customers. Let me tell you, there are thousands of customers in your hotel. Can you take order? Can you prepare the food? Can you serve? Can you clean? Can you take the amount? You will not be able to do. One guy cannot do that. You will go mad. So what normally we do? We create 4 departments. One department accounts or the billing department. One department housekeeping, cleaning. One department serving department. One department cooking department. One department is something else. So data warehouse can do everything, but the problem when you have a large amount of data warehouse cannot respond. When the data warehouse cannot respond properly, so SSRS Power BI will become very, very slow. So what normally we have? chef is preparing the food and the waiter is serving the food. So this guy is called waiter. This is one more guy, one more application. This is one more application. This is chef. Chef is preparing the food. This guy is serving the food. This guy is storing the data. This guy is aggregating the data. So both of them are doing two different works. What will happen? So it will be very, very faster. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో డేటా వేర్ హౌసింగ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి హ్యావింగ్ రా డేటా అండ్ ఓన్లీ టు స్టోర్. Who's going to be aggregating the data? Aggregating is done by one more, that is called serving the food by waiter, that is one more, and eating the food by the end user. So that you need to do it. అర్థమైందా? సో వన్ అప్లికేషన్ స్ప్లిట్ ఇంటూ టూ హియర్. ఏ అప్లికేషన్ అది? SSAS application is going to take the data warehousing data and it is going to be aggregating. So what is the benefit of this ante? So it will be faster. What is faster? Reporting is faster. Why? Because somebody is going to be doing and keeping everything ready. You need not get the data, you need not join the data. Already joins are done, already aggregations are done. Why you want to work? Simple example. You come home, your mother is there, she is taking vegetables and she is cooking the food and everything is ready in the dining table. You go, come and eat and come. So you have vegetables are available here. For example, this is your storeroom. Vegetables are available, rice is available there. So you have to go home and prepare food and eat when you go directly here. Okay, so that is what is the point. So data warehouse is going to be having raw data, but this is what is called your dining table, where mother is already cooking the food. The dining table, they have cooked two dishes and you simply go to the home and you should be able to get this and eat and go. So if you wanted to cook, you can also go there and cook, but will you cook? Because you have to waste 2 hours of time and you should know cooking also. So mother is there, mother is going to be taking the raw rice and raw vegetables and cleaning the process and everything, cooking and keeping it ready in the SSAS. So you go and you get the report and you're going to be eating and going. So SSAS will make you faster. Ardhamautunda? So what will happen if the food is ready on the dining table by this guy? You say SSAS is your mother. Mother is taking the data from data warehousing. What is the data warehouse? A storeroom. Go to storeroom, get all the items, go to fridge, get all the items and prepare a nice food and everything is ready on the dining table, means which is very, very faster. So that is what you need to understand. Data warehouse is going to be storing raw data. అర్థమవుతుందా? So SSAS is going to be having cooked data. Cooked ante aggregated data. Nobody needs what is the sales on 7 day on given day. They wanted to know what is the sales on given year, given month, given brand. So all the aggregations are going to be happening and you're going to be giving the data. What is the need for SSAS? What is the need for SSAS means? To make reporting faster. It is not doing the analysis. So many people think that SSAS is going to do the analysis. SSAS is not going to do any analysis. SSAS will make BI application faster, especially Power BI application will be very, very faster and SSRS will be very, very faster. It is going to be getting raw data, aggregating and keeping it ready. As soon as you go and you wanted to visualize some data, get the aggregated data and show it in your reports. అర్థమవుతుందా? What is the purpose of SSAS means? It is going to be aggregating the data. Because of that, reporting is faster. Whether it is a Tableau report, a Power BI report, SSRS report or any Excel report, reporting is fast కావాలి అంటే మన దగ్గర ఏముండాలన్న SSAS. There are two types of SSAS available. One is called multi-dimensional cube. That is one thing. The second one is called tabular model cube. అర్థమవుతుందా? There are two cubes are available in your SSAS, multi-dimensional cube and a tabular model cube. Multi-dimensional cube is used when you have large amount of data and which is going to be aggregating. For example, I have too much of a data. I have 10 terabytes of data here. Okay. So I wanted to aggregate lot of aggregations and I wanted to store the data. So this guy is going to be storing all the data into hard disk. What data? Aggregated data. What do you mean by aggregating data? Disk లో స్టోర్ చేస్తుంది. డిస్క్ అంటే హార్డ్ డిస్క్ అని అర్థం. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 10 + 20 = 30. ఓకే, ఐ వాంట్ టు నో టోటల్. This is total. I wanted to know average. I wanted to know what is the total in India, what is total in America, what is total in 2004, 2005. Lot of aggregations, not only ఒకటి. అర్థమవుతుందా? Lot of aggregations are going to be stored. When you have a large amount of data, if you wanted to store aggregations, multi-dimensional cubes are used. But Power BI లో we are going to be using this cube, tabular model cube. So this cube is going to be storing when you have a less amount of data. Okay, when you have data in the GBs, when you have small amount of data, GBs of data, it is going to be used. It is going to be storing the data into the RAM. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో tabular model cube we are going to be using along with the Power BI, because Power BI will get normally 100 GB data will get compressed into 10 GB, right? When you have a less amount of data, instead of going for a multi-dimensional cube, we are going to be using a tabular model cube. So especially when you have 20, 30, 100, 200 GB of data, 300, 400 GB of data, when you have a small amount of data, the data we are going to aggregate in the tabular model cube. All the aggregated data is kept in the RAM. Both of them are going to aggregate the data. It is for the small, it is for the bigger, right? So there is a grinder, right? So versus mixie. Both of them are, so this is a grinder where you can do small amount of processing, right? When there is a bigger is grinder kada. So when you have a mixie, you can do the small amount of food processing. When there's a grinder, you can do bigger amount of food processing kada. So that is what is the point. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so if you need only the grinder, and you will be able to get this kind of a product. Both of them are going to be working, but the grinder can do large amount of food processing. So mixer can do small amount of food processing. Your mixie is called as a tabular model cube. This is a tabular model cube. Small amount of data ni process chestadi. This is what is called multi-dimensional cube. Okay, it will take large amount of data which is going to process. End of the day, both of them are going to process. When to use this? When you have less amount of food to be grinded. When you have a large amount of food to be grinded, we are going to be using. So that is what you need to understand in simple layman's understanding. అర్థమవుతుందా? So why grinding is important means you need to know to prepare the idli faster. Otherwise, you have to manually grind it. It will take a lot of time. అర్థమవుతుంది. So instead of a mixie and a grinder, we can also manually do the lot of things kada. So that is not the case. Clear? So that is what is the point. What is the need for SSAS cube? Ante SSAS cube is going to be using two types of processing. One is called multi-dimensional. You can say it is a grinder. Tabular model is called as a mixie. If you don't need this, you need to manually grind it. So if you don't need this, you go here manually, you do it and prepare idli and everything. Then these people have to wait for longer period. 1 hour take, 1 hour time you will take to grind everything manually, right? So that is what you need to understand. Okay? So that is the need for SSAS. So SSAS is having two types of applications: tabular model cube, multi-dimensional cube. We will discuss about tabular model cube as part of Power BI. In MS BI, we'll discuss about multi-dimensional cubes. Okay, na? So in multi-dimensional cubes, you write MDX queries, multi-dimensional expressions. Tabular model cube, we write DAX expressions, data analytical expressions. Clear? So tabular model cube is very, very simple. It will take 2 to 3 classes to understand tabular model cube. So why cube means to make the reporting faster. Why grinder? Why mixie? So because you can easily done the work within 5 minutes. Otherwise, manually you need to do the grinding. అర్థమవుతుందా? That is the purpose of a SSAS cube. Clear? To make the reporting faster. అంతేగాని it is going to be analyzing the data. SSAS means SQL Server Analysis Services, which is going to be analyzing the data. That is bookish knowledge. Ardhamautunda? It is not going to analyze the data, which is going to be preparing aggregations, and it is going to be getting the raw data, processing the data, grinding the data ready, so that whenever you prepare dosa, you're very, very faster. Clear? That is what you need to understand. Nothing else. Am I clear? So this is what is called schemas compulsory questions, guys. And so some of the questions you have to know: OLTP, OLAP, data mart, data warehouse, ODS, cube. Okay, UDM, forget about it. Dimension, fact, measure, hierarchy, member, attribute. We'll discuss about member and attribute. Attribute and a column name. Okay, na? So member and a single data values. We'll discuss about them later. Schemas I spoken about. Surrogate key and SCD will talk on Monday's class. Okay, what is a surrogate key? All these are data warehouse jargons or keywords. Clear? So what is a surrogate key? What is a slowly changing dimension? So what is a member attribute and a column name? Employee ID is a attribute, column name. Employee name is a one more column name, attribute. Attribute means column name. అర్థమవుతుందా? Member means which is a data. So for example, in simple example, I take I'll take a dim customer. Okay, dim customer is there. So customer ID, customer name kada, customer ID 1, customer name is John, customer 2 say Lata. Column name is called as an attribute. Attribute and a column name. This is the attribute, column name. This is the attribute. What is one? One is a member. Member and a data. So data or value, it is called as a member. So what is a member? Member means a data. What is John? John is a member. What is Lata? Lata is a member. What is 2? 2 is a member. So member means a data or a value. What is this C name? Column name. Column names are called as attributes. Clear? So in a given attribute, you will have a lot of data members. So John is a member or data, or it is called as a value. అర్థమవుతుందా? What is a star schema? What is a snowflake schema? We discussed. So in the later classes, we'll discuss what is a surrogate key, what is a slowly changing dimension. Any questions?